Hi, today we're going to talk through adding comments to a page using Page Composer in HCM. Some of the things you'll learn in this video are how to enable a sandbox, how to enable Page Composer in the sandbox, how to add a comment to a page using Page Composer tool, and how to edit the text. First, let's start off by going into your instance and creating a sandbox. There's a lot of different ways you could do it. My personal favorite is to go in the upper right-hand corner, click on my name, and then click on Edit Pages. If you don't see Edit Pages, you don't have the appropriate security levels. You'll have to add some security privileges to your roles. Once I receive the warning label, I'm going to click on Activate a Sandbox. This is going to bring me into the list of all of the available sandboxes. I can either choose to create a new sandbox by clicking the Create Sandbox button, or since I already have a sandbox created, I'm going to go ahead and just use this one. The reason I'm going to use this one is because I can tell that it's publishable. And by looking at the tools available in this sandbox, I can see that I have Structure, HCM Experience Design Studio, User Interface Text, and Page Composer tools available. Since Page Composer is already in here and that's the tool we're going to be using, I'm just going to enter this sandbox. Let's go ahead and click the Enter Sandbox arrow. Once my screen refreshes, you'll notice the yellow bar across the top of the page. That means that I am in the sandbox, and I can tell I'm in the sandbox because the name of the sandbox is in the upper left-hand corner. Now to make the change and add some text onto a page using Page Composer, I have to navigate to the page I want to add the text to. So let's do that. I'm going to go ahead and click on my home. I can either click on the name of the solution or the image over here. I can click on the home icon, whichever takes me to my home screen. I'm going to go add some text on the top of my performance goals page. So while I'm on the Me tab, I'm going to click on Career and Performance. Keep in mind, this could be labeled something different for you. Go ahead and click on Goals. And when the page refreshes, maybe I'd like to put some text up here at the top of this page just to give some directions or provide additional information. So now that I'm at the page where I want to edit my text or add a text box, I'm going to go ahead and click on Tools and Page Composer. It does take a minute to refresh, and you'll notice now I have 3 tabs. I have the Add Content tab, the Select tab, and the Structure tab. Well, in order to pick where I want the text to go, I have to go into the Structure tab first. So let's go ahead and click on Structure. You'll notice that anywhere I move on the page, it starts outlining sections in blue. And at the bottom of the page, there's a line, but if I hover over this black bar, I can actually drag this page up. Go ahead and do that so you can see the information down at the bottom. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, I want to add some text to the top of this page. If I click in this area where my blue line is shown, you'll notice I get a Confirm Component Edit. I can click Don't Ask Me Next Time, but either way, go ahead and click on Edit. And you'll notice that when I click on this blue section, if the section is editable, these will become available to be clicked on. So I want to add some text at the top here. And to do that, my Add button has now become visible. I'm going to click on Add Content. And it says, well, what do you want to add? I'm going to click on Components. And then to the right of text, I'm going to click on Add. You'll notice behind the screen, it actually did put a text box there. Sometimes that's not super visible, and the only way to see where the system added the text box is to click on Close, and then go ahead and go click on Add Content. I'm still on the Structure tab though, and I actually can't do anything to this text because every time I try to move my mouse, it tries to figure out where on the page I want to add additional updates. But if I'm ready to go and update my text box, I have to switch over to Add Content. So I click on the Add Content page, and you'll notice that all of my blue lines are now gone. The section at the bottom that I've expanded is also gone. And you'll notice the text box here at the top has an Edit Text at the end of it. If I go ahead and click Edit Text, I now have the ability to use the HTML formatting at the top of this text box to edit any text that might be displayed here. I can change the text color, I can change the text size, etc. Once I'm done editing the text, I can click on Done Editing. The other option I have available is the little edit icon here. If I click on the edit icon, a new screen regarding the component properties will be displayed. Here's where I can change font color, font size, style. I can change descriptions. I can also click on the Style tab at the top and change the size of the text box and where it falls on the page. I can also additionally use the other CSS to add in CSS coding. Once I'm done, I go ahead and click on Apply and then click on OK. That should update your text. And then lastly, if you don't want this text box here any longer, you can go ahead and click on the X to remove it. Once I'm done making my edits, I can go ahead and click on the close icon and it'll close out my tool. So you'll notice that my enter text here is at the top. If I formatted it, my format would show up correctly. However, before this text becomes absolutely visible to everyone, remember you have to publish your sandbox. To publish, you can come up in the upper left-hand corner and click on Publish. Stay tuned for more sessions on how to configure your HCM Studio product.